Hey guys, welcome to another episode here with the Scottsdale Saguaros. I've got Tyler and David on with me today. Boys, thanks for joining.
Yeah,
thanks for having us.
Here.
Tyler Carlisle, tell everybody a little bit about how long you've been in the organization and how you got involved to be the Olympiad Chairman this year.
Yeah, so I've been part of the Saguaros for 4 years, and Braydon actually introduced me to the club. Definitely been life-changing, but yeah, it started earlier this year. Our preparations for this event almost started about a year prior, where I was asked to step up, head the Olympiad. And obviously it was a no-brainer, mainly because of the support I knew I would have. But yeah, we're super excited to get going on April 18th. So mark your calendars for a fun day in the sun for the kids.
Love it. David, what is the Olympiad?
So the Olympiad is a several-month-long fundraising effort. It's part of our signature event that we, the Saguaros, put on every spring. And so I'm grateful to be working alongside Tyler this year as the director for Brokers for Kids, which is, of course, the commercial real estate side of that event. And I'll let kind of Tyler chat about the greater Olympiad. But the Olympiad, again, as I said, is a several-month-long fundraising series where we engage kind of the greater residential and commercial real estate community throughout the valley. They fundraise on our behalf for several months, and then we conclude the event with kind of a day of kind of field activity day, kind of an adult field day, if you will, at beautiful Scottsdale Stadium right in the heart of Old Town Scottsdale. Really kind of a take the Friday off of work, come hang out. We provide complimentary food and beverage. We have games like Pop-A-Shot and Cornhole and Dodgeball, et cetera. And it's really a kind of a celebration of the several month-long effort that we all engage in, raising money for local children's charities throughout the valley. So
kind of two components, right? So there's the fundraising and then the Olympiad. So Tyler, talk a little bit about the fundraising component.
Yeah, what I like most about this event compared to the night flight that we do is I feel like this is where we actually get to work hand in hand with members of the community that are donating for us. A lot of the gala golf, like show up, participate kind of day of. The really cool part about Brokers for Kids as well as the ABC side and the Olympiad in general is it's very involved. Like we have monthly captains meetings. So you as a, working in corporate, being a business owner, not only can you, start a team, have a team that comes out and participates on the day of, but there's monthly check-in meetings where you're getting more information, more opportunities to network. I think that's the coolest part that we don't talk much about is what's the value for you coming to participate. Yes, it's to help, the kids in the valley and raise money for a great cause, but also business-wise, personal-wise, it's for you to come get involved, actually show up, meet people who have similar goals, similar interests, and hopefully, maybe long-term that strikes friendships, that strikes, opportunities for networking and things like that. And so as far as the actual Olympiad, being able to fundraise, raise money, that's another thing that on the ABC side, we're taking quite literally a hands-on approach where we're going to have a few meetings that are specifically designed to give you a roadmap on how to fundraise. Because like when I got in the Saguaros, I didn't know how to fundraise. Most people we're talking to, this could be newer to them. And instead of saying, hey, raise money for us, we're actually going to have a game plan, help support everything you need to help raise money for the event as well.
What are kind of some of those ways in which people can fundraise?
Yeah, so we actually put together a deck that's kind of new to this year, which will circulate to all the teams, and of course we'll get into kind of deeper details of the monthly captains meetings that you suggested. But a lot of it is kind of throwing your own individual creative events. We always have some team come out of the woodwork with some type of creative way to fundraise, which is always exciting. And of course we offer those teams Saguaros support to help execute on those ideas. And so some of the more kind of long-term staples, if you will, would be, this event, of course, fundraises through March Madness and the Super Bowl. And so, putting together an office Super Bowl squares or some type of March Madness bracket are kind of the low-hanging fruit type ideas. And so, anyway, we provide a ton of support and ideas and creativity and of course, the kind of the legwork of all 50 of us as a club to help our captains and our teams and our charity partners kind of facilitate those. And so all really exciting stuff.
Yeah. So the teams can obviously host their own events. What other ways can they fundraise?
Yeah, a couple of the other low-hanging fruits that we're trying to provide is recently there'll be more details on it, but the tax credit, being able to allocate funds you would have paid to the state of Arizona. Now you can make a charitable contribution as well as, and I think most people are really excited about, is we have a car raffle where last year we gave away a Lexus SUV. This year we're looking to give away a Ford Bronco, which is absolutely electric. To get into the raffle, it doesn't cost a whole lot of money to be able to do that. So, it's a wide range. If some companies might write a check, some companies build a team, do an activity, fundraise, but there's also some very low-hanging fruit that if you don't have maybe exorbitant funds or means or whereabouts, you can still give back, and that money goes to a great cause. Plus, you have a lot of upside if you win the Bronco.
Yeah, I think the only other thing I'd add to that is, we of course offer kind of a menu of really interesting and creative marketing and branding opportunities through swag bag items that we have, and we sell T-shirt sponsorships and hat sponsorships, and you're exposed to on the day of, however many, whether it's 600 or 700 folks out on the field the day of, and then of course people are representing the event and your brand after the event as well. So kind of it's the midst of the team events that they throw on, which are great, sort of some of the staple type events that we help out with, and then some of those sponsorship items that are some of which will be pretty new and exciting that we'll announce here soon. But kind of all that stuff is sort of the melting pot of ideas and how we help these teams fundraise throughout the next few months here.
Love it. What can they expect for these captains meetings?
Yeah, I think, obviously there's kind of two sides to it. I'll speak about the ABC side, and I can have Stull on the BFK. The ABC side, we're doing it January 22nd at Schmooze, which we'll send out details on that. And what we're really trying to do here is we're pairing people up. We'll have some charity partners that are there that are actually organizations we give money to not only can you actually learn about them, but some, if not most teams, will actually be paired up with them so they can help support your event. But really what it's designed for is how can we help support you? And we're going to give you two options that are very low-hanging fruit of how can you design a small event, organize a small event, and we'll literally handhold you through the whole thing. If it's Super Bowl squares and it's March Madness, we'll actually go on to that website, build you an account, show you how to share it, and we will give you marketing material that's very, very easy to share. And then when it comes to the BFK side, I'll kick it over to Stull for that.
Yeah, I think similar in structure. I think one thing we're trying to really do, at least on the Brokers for Kids side this year, is really lean into the business side of it. And I think it's fun to kind of see people that you're working with in a different light and maybe a little bit more relaxed and just kind of handing out. And so I think it's a cool way to kind of get a mix of folks that you're working with alongside every day on kind of the work side of things, but really leaning into how different it is and kind of the experience you can create on kind of getting together on a more informal basis and kind of make those captains meetings a lot more fun. Of course, the messaging is super informative. We want to make sure that people kind of walk away from those events that, hey, this was worthwhile, not only because we're providing a fun experience, but it was also, hey, we walked away with a couple new ideas that might help us get to that next kind of threshold of fundraising. And so informative, but really fun. And again, a lot of that's kind of TBD and once we start announcing locations and things like that. But I think really leaning into the business side of it. And then also just really creating kind of a fun environment to relay all this information.
I love it. I think we kind of gave a good little warm up to what is expecting. Let's talk about the Olympiad. How much fun is the Olympiad? What do we got in store for the Olympiad?
Yeah, it's a great time. Being new to the Saguaros the last few years, it was kind of my first opportunity to participate. Being a business owner, the real value I see is, man, we're always looking for like cost-effective ways to team build. And I think at least from the ABC side, that's kind of the message we're giving you is like, here's a great opportunity to give back, to go out, have a field day like we used to back in elementary school and stuff to where you can participate physically, get to meet new people. But as far as the Olympiad, it's awesome. You're going there, there's going to be food, there's going to be drinks, there's going to be plenty of opportunities in games. There's different organized games where you as a team are competing for the grand finale, which is an awesome dodgeball match, to be able to win a trophy and be able to allocate some of the funds that you've been able to raise to some of our partners. And so really the day of, just in a microcosm, it's just a great way to give back, a great way to have a team building exercise. So you can, and for obviously a great cause.
Let's say you're not an athlete or you're not extremely fit. Is this still an event you could attend? I get that question asked a lot of like, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to compete in these games or if I'm athletic enough to compete in these games. Can you touch on that real quick?
Yeah, no, the great thing about how we've built this is it's for everybody. It's not like a basketball, golf where you need some sort of specific skill set to be able to do it. Yeah, I would say, I'm not very athletic either, and most people aren't that, maybe aren't athletes. And so, yes, it's something for everybody where it's very easy, laid back,
They're all stationary games, right?
Yeah,
it's all like an underhand
games.
toss. It's super
you have
easy.
like a mini basketball. You have like a volleyball that you're throwing into big trash cans, things that doesn't take a great amount of athletic ability, but they still have fun.
Stull, what are you most excited about?
Yeah, I like it because I've seen both sides of this event, both from prior to my time in the Saguaros when I joined actually with Tyler as a member a few years ago. I was on the other side of the event, just attending that as as a team. And so I got to see, I mean, it truly is fun. It's a Friday out of the office. You get to hang out with your colleagues kind of in a totally different setting.
Yep.
You know, you get the competitive edge. Some teams maybe take it more seriously than others, but again, as Tyler said, it's very kind of accessible games that are really exciting and fun, and just gives you kind of a competitive edge. And then as well, I mean, again, you're spending your Friday, eating some good food, having some drinks under the sun in Scottsdale Stadium, and then we host a really awesome after party as well. And so I think it's kind of having perspective on both sides of the event, both as a participant and now as an active club member putting on the event. It's personally just been really exciting for me to kind of be on this other side, and now taking more of a leadership role with BFK under Tyler's lead here.
Yeah.
Just really excited for the event in general, but I think those things specifically kind of get me really excited.
Coming after being a huge director and playing a huge role for Night Flight and jumping right into BFK, man, says a lot. So
Keep it going. Keep it going.
I love it. If people want to get involved, teams want to get involved, what's the best way for them to reach out to you guys? What's the best way for them to sign up?
Yeah, so we have a variety of ways that we'll be sending out, but through the Saguaros Instagram, through our website, saguaros.com is an easy place. We'll also be texting out, sending QR codes. So that's been our biggest theme kind of this year, is how do we make it most accessible? How do we keep communication very easy? So a lot of things, through text message, email, you could even call me, however you want. I think we made it pretty accessible through a variety of ways to get involved. But the biggest thing is just speak up, let us know, get the word out, and we'll do everything we can to get you in contact with the right people that you need to be, and make sure that you have a clear path to make sure it's a great experience for you.
Stull, leave us with the last kind of message. Why should people get involved? Why the Saguaros? Why get involved with our event?
Yeah, again, I think this is a really interesting event where we focus on kind of the real estate community, which I think, being born and raised here, real estate is definitely a staple of this community, and it's a massive focus on residential and commercial real estate professionals, kind of related industries, whether you're a GC or an architect, you're some sort of vendor, you're a leasing or investment sales broker, a capital provider. I think there's really this interesting melting pot that we create, kind of bringing in residential and commercial real estate folks who maybe otherwise would have little to no interaction with each other, and kind of putting them in this competitive environment makes it really fun and exciting. And I think, as fun as the Olympiad is, and as much fun as we have planning this and kind of thinking of ways that how we can generate the most amount of revenue to donate at the end of the year and put on a good experience for the teams, the outcome is really the groups who's benefiting, right? And that's the 20 plus local children's charities that we support on an annual basis and grant out. And so seeing that impact, taking a very hands-on approach with our charity partners, and kind of seeing what our money does, through the years of being a participant is life-changing. It's extremely moving, and I think motivates us all to try and throw the best event that we can. So
I don't know if we could close it any better than that. Do you want anything else to close it out?
Oh, be there April 18th, Scottsdale Stadium. Come have a fun day in the sun and give back for the Valley's kids.
Love it. Thanks for sticking around for another episode, and more to come. Thanks, guys.